Frack on. Welcome to another episode of Frack The Canon, where I am joined by the coolest motherfuckers around. This time I'm joined by Sara Kinney, who is joining us with their TURTLE power shirt. I'm sorry, I just said that right now. How are you doing, Sara?
Good. How's it going?
I am tired as frack. We talked offline about the pros, about who's more tired, and you pulled out your trump card.
Yeah, I have a child, a young child, not a teenager. I feel like I would sleep more with a teenager, though I actually don't know because they sleep more. But
That's true.
no.
It was a choice. I'm pro-choice. That was a lame joke. I'm sorry, Sarah. So we are joined by we are joined. I'm not tired at all, as you can tell. We're talking about Picard, the Paramount Plus show, which ended last year, I believe, and we just finally getting to talking about it now.
Yeah, I don't watch anything real time anymore, so
Who
but
has the time?
well, I mean it's streaming too. It's like let me finish this show and get to the next one. But yeah, yeah, I feel like they announced the final season, I think, at last Comic-Con, or like did they, or was it the Comic-Con before?
I think it was last Comic-Con around this time last year, I believe.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, because this when they also announced last year around this time. Because I remember this was the one that my highlight for Star Trek was like new Star Trek New Stranger Worlds and Star Trek Lord are crossing over. That's cool. So yeah, it was around this time
Yeah.
that they announced it. It was the final season of Picard. So let's talk about Picard. How? Because off the record, or maybe on the record, I've said it before on the show that Picard is not my favorite captain in Starfleet. He is my lowest rated captain. Sisko's my favorite captain in Starfleet, but he's your favorite captain.
He is my favorite.
So let's start with the plot. Let's start with the good. What did you like about this show?
I really liked that it was like just his story, especially at the beginning. Like I felt like it centered around him, and I tend to like the more episodic episodes of Star Trek, so it was kind of weird jumping into like this long running, like like Star Trek, to me, the genius, they show up at this planet, they find something, problem solved, everyone ends up happy. Each episode is self-contained, like you can jump in almost anywhere and enjoy the story without having to have the overreaching story mess it up too much. But this one, of course, took a different tact where it's just like, we follow each episode as it goes along. And I think it just had a lot, especially, of course, season 3, it had a lot of callbacks to the original Next Gen. And it's just cool to see the characters progress and become who they became. Like, as a fan of Next Gen, it was really great to jump back into their lives.
I thought so. You jumped the gun for me a little bit. But yeah, I think I felt season 3 was the best season. Season 3 was the most Star Trek of them all. It borrowed heavily, and I'm using that word nicely, heavily, from Deep Space Nine. We all know it's the greater Star Trek and the best Star Trek. Racist, Sarah, racist.
But they didn't even just call back in season 3. Like Q was in season 2. Jonathan Frakes and oh my gosh,
Miranda something.
Yes, they were in season 1. And they also brought in stuff from other like Seven of Nine was in there.
That was cool, and I like that aspect of let's bring in other stuff. But season 1 to me was the weakest of the Picard. To me, it was the least Star Trek. And I think I told you this offline, was that there was this moment that took me out of it. I forgot what they were holding. The actress, she was in Daredevil. I forgot her name right now, but she was like, you have to feel, you have to think it for it to work or whatever. I'm like magic. You have to use it like magic, and it threw me off. I'm like, this is Star Trek. Like you have to in Star Trek, it's very scientific, very science based. Like this is how this works. And season 1, I'm like, dude, this is not a good. Like, what is this? Season 2 was better, but season 2 is one of, I don't know why. I'm very conflicted with Star Trek's time travel. Like, there's so much time travel in Star Trek that I'm like, dude, is this Doctor Who that I'm watching? Because I love Doctor Who, but like I was getting mixed, but because they went to the '90s, and
Mhm.
I did like the cast. I thought the cast was cool. Like I remember his captain fell in love with the doctor lady. That's right. Yeah, the Chile was it she Chilean?
I don't remember, but
I
yes,
think
there's
so.
a love story.
Because I have a friend who's Chilean who she's pretty spicy too, and she reminded me of her a lot. Uh, that's for you, CC. Oh my god. Anywho, um, uh, anyways, what was it? No, I remember that was
Time
pretty
travel.
cool.
Yeah.
Uh, um, yeah, because that was that, and then, but why did they go back in time? Do you remember?
Q made them go. Like
That's right, but
they
why?
had to stop or do like make a change.
Because there was another Q, right, or something like that.
Well, because they went to the future first, I thought. Or no, they no. Like he put them in an alternate reality. Like the
They
Borg
oh,
Queen went on their ship and they went into this alternate reality. It was like really authoritative and like they had killed like all the other species in the world or whatever, and or in the universe, or anyway, they were mass murderers. And then
because if I remember, okay, I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. Sorry, go ahead.
sorry. Yeah. Well, and then they had to travel back in time to stop whatever change happened.
Like if I remember correctly, I believe it was the woman who created warp or discovered the warp something about speed of light travel. Something with it was a little technology.
It was like Picard's ancestor needed to be on some ship.
That's what it was. Yes, right. Yeah, that's right. But
And
why
help
did she need to be
spark
on the ship?
space.
Yeah,
I
because
think it helps spark space travel in a way that's like more like positive. I don't really know. I don't remember. I know I'm really great like source here, but that's they had to go and make sure she got on that ship that was going into space.
that was it. Yeah, and I thought that was better.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, well, time travel, like I love hate time travel. I say I like it better than multiverses, but like I still dislike it because
multiverse is also a thing in Star Trek. We got the mirror universe.
yeah, but see, I
So
don't like that either. Like I like having a linear story. Like I feel like with multiverses, it makes things kind of not matter sometimes
yep,
because like if you die in one multiverse, like you can just there's another you. It's like what Scarlet Witch tried to do, like with reclaiming her children. She was like, well, they're dead, but I'm gonna just take them from this other thing, like that's why I don't like it. But like with time travel in Star Trek, I feel like they usually pretty do a like a contained thing and not just some like creating all this like splintered realities.
yeah, that's true. I Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was fine. Um, no, it wasn't. It was. I thought it was a lot more Star Trek. I just remember being like, "Ugh, another time travel Trek." I'm like, I don't know why. Like, there's only one Star Trek episode I like that has to do with time travel, and it's a City on the Edge of Forever from TOS. But that's about it. I'm like, and First Contact. I think was it First Contact? Yes, First Contact. No,
Yeah, well, there's a lot of time travel in the movie, like
Generations.
yeah, and the voyage home where they save the whales.
That's also a good one. I like that too. That's a
I
really good Star
really
Trek.
like that one. Yeah.
Um, okay, so season one was that. Season two. That's right. Season two was that, and I forgot because there
Yeah,
was
and Q,
also
what'd you think of Q?
I thought he was annoying as always. I'm like, dude, like I just don't understand what his deal with Picard. I'm like, why Picard? Why Professor X? Q?
I think they're
Why?
friends now. Like I feel like there's this like mutual like admiration between them.
Like they're as friends. Like I would call clerks like Dante and Randall are friends. Like I think they're like frenemies. Like
Yeah.
if that makes sense. But I mean Jonathan Frakes, not Jonathan Frakes. That's Riker.
Yeah.
Q. That actor I forgot his name.
John Delancey.
John Delancey. Thank you, John Delancey. I thought he like everything he kills it. I thought it was awesome. I'm like, dude, you're just annoying as Frack.
Seen him in person, by the way. I ran into him coming out of an elevator once, and it took me a moment. I'm like, oh my god, there's Q. Like,
did he say anything? I'm sorry, that's a cool story.
no, like I was just like, I'm not gonna. I don't really like fanning out. Like we did it to Will Wheaton once, and I think he got scared, and so I'm like, I'm not gonna cause a ruckus.
As they said in that show, I don't like watching for some reason. I know this. The Jar Jar Binks of Star Trek. Okay, so season 2. Anything else about season 2? Did we like or did not like season 2?
I liked it. I liked the time. Like as I said, like I liked the fish out of water of them being in like the past.
Mhm.
And I think they did an okay job of not, like, as I said, doing like time travel mistakes.
Yeah, that was cool. Is that when she becomes the Borg? When one of the crew members becomes the Borg?
Yes.
Will you survive without me?
What did
Spoiler.
that have to remind me? What? Because I'm forgetting now. Like I remember it's Allison Pine, and I know her from Scott Pilgrim and Newsroom. So I'm like, I know her, yeah, but I'm like, why does she need? Oh, because she overtook her body. That's right.
Yeah, she melds with the Borg Queen.
Yeah. Oh, because she was taking control of the ship, correct? Like of the, or is that what happened?
Yeah, they were working together kind of because they needed the Borg Queen to do the time travel.
That's right, because that's right. Oh, I remember now, because whatever they did, that action of the Borg Queen, like there was no one to stop it or whatever. Or no, she brought the Borg in a century earlier, a millennia earlier than it's supposed to. That's right. Okay, that's right. Because yeah, there was that Deus Ex Machina at the end of the season 2, where she shows up and saves Picard. I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, okay. That was a long time ago. I think that was 2 years ago.
Something like that.
Sarah, we're old.
Speak for yourself. But then
I'm only a year older than you.
Well, that makes a difference.
This is true. This is very true. All right. Season 3. I thought season 3 was the best and the most trick of them all. Something that they bugged me about season 3 was like, all right, they brought everyone back. Where's Will Wheaton? Where's what's his name?
He was in season 2.
Was he?
He had a little thing at the end of the last season, or the last episode. Like
I don't remember him in season 2.
One, he was in a previous season because he's like what, the Traveler now. Will Wheaton, or
What was his name again?
Wesley Crusher.
Yeah, that's right. I don't remember that at all. Can you explain that to me? Can you remind me?
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, who was it? He met with one of the characters and was like, "Come be a traveler with me."
Hello, Corey.
And you are?
That's a very long and very complicated story.
Honestly, I've got nothing pressing.
Okay. A long time ago, I was known as Wesley Crusher. But now, I am a traveler of all of space and time.
I don't remember any of this. That's how good season 2 was.
The credits. I don't remember if it was in the credits or not. Like a
post-credit thing.
Yeah, kind of thing. But it was definitely, maybe it was just at the end of the episode. I don't remember when it was, but it was the end of the season.
Okay. So back to season 3.
Yes.
What did you think? I mean, no, my only complaint was that you stole from Deep Space Nine and used it. But I thought it was cool. I've always loved the enemy within. Don't like the McCarthyism of stuff. Like, you don't know who the enemy is. You don't know. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I love that they use the no, they're not the ooze people. What are they called?
The ooze. Oh, the changelings.
Yeah,
You should know that. That's a DS9 thing, Renee.
that's why I said, I'm like, what is it called? I'm like, that's why I did that sigh of frustration. It is a DSP.
Yeah, there's no changelings in next gen.
What did you like about it? What did you not like about it?
Well, of course, I love the gang getting back together. And I was kind of scared of, because I mean, like I didn't watch it when it came out. I mean, it's streaming, but like so people had posted stuff on social media, so I kind of knew it was gonna be cool because people were liking it. But I knew that Data had come back, and I was kind of apprehensive about that because I feel like he sacrificed himself and died, and I think that was such a great story arc because he wanted to be human, and I think part of being human was death. Like Picard had that dream with him where he was dead and they kind of powwowed. So I was like scared that they were bringing him back, but I think they did it in a way that it's not actually our Data. It's kind of like it has Data, he has Data's memories, he has some of Lore's memories, and is kind of like this new person who is his own. So I thought that was really cool. But yeah, just like the you know the ultimate high stakes and like the underdogs, and they're back on the old bridge, and like they have to use all the old technology because it can't be controlled. You know, it was just it was really cool. Like it was such a nod to all the fans that they were able to bring all that together.
I thought that was really cool. I thought that all the bringing back the older people, the old cowboys, like to show these young whippersnappers how it's done, and they did this awesomely. And I didn't know I liked that until this movie came out. Like Battleship came out. The movie Battleship came out. Bless you. So bless you again. I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
And you see the old veterans fighting on an old battleship. I'm like, well, that'd be kind of cool to watch, see like in more movies and shows. Like that's kind of cool seeing like the older people fighting and the face. I'm like, this is pretty cool. I like it. I forgot about that. Really bugged me. And it said I'm like because he's an android, like he can't really die or whatever. He turned him off. I'm like I liked it that he was like that he became human. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Pinocchio, like they Pinocchioed him, right? But I did like that. You're right. It was Lore. I forgot about it was Lore. Okay, that's kind of cool that they melded them together. Yeah, I forgot a lot about because again it's been last. I remember this is cool. What was the was remind me? Do you remember if Picard's new kid was the one that we're following? Was he also the changeling? I forgot what they wanted.
No, Jack Crusher. He was a conduit for the Borg because Picard had been taken over by the Borg. He passed that down to his son.
That's right.
So like he was able to like broadcast and control the people who had been altered in the transporters. But it was so like that part was really cool, like because to find out that Picard had a son, and like William Riker's just sitting there like side-eyeing. He's like, you and Beverly, like totally, this is totally your son. And Picard's like, it's not confirmed. Like it was just like the whole dynamic when they were trying to figure out what was going on was really fun. Because it was like everyone wanted them to get together, right? Picard and Crusher.
I thought they did though. They didn't. Like I thought it was implied heavily that they did end up getting together on Next Gen.
Well, they obviously got together a little bit, but like
they got busy. As Syndrome was saying.
I think Picard was always like he was never really going to be the family person.
Oh,
I don't know if that's when Beverly got pregnant, if she was just kind of like, I can't have this. I mean, they kind of even talk about that. Like she was like, you were always too busy. I didn't think you wanted to be a father, so I just took him. And he said, you never even gave me the option.
Yeah. That was cool. That was cool. I did like that. I did. Good. Thank you for reminding me of it, because I did like that. I forgot about that too. Um, that's the one thing about Picard was it's Patrick Stewart. Like you can't go wrong. Like I just love Patrick Stewart in anything I see him in. I'm like, yeah, of course. Like he's Professor Xavier. I got nothing to like. I'm really tired, Sarah. I forgot a lot of Picard, but you were able to bring us back in.
I mean, should we just end and say like I recommend watching it if especially if you are a fan of Next Gen. There is stuff from other Star Trek seasons. Like I never like 7 of 9 is Voyager, right?
Yep, 7 of 9 is Voyager.
So I never saw Voyager, so like that was kind of I didn't get the fan ooh of like having her back. But it was very cool like to have her on the show. I ended up like her. I was like, maybe I should watch Voyager at some point, but I'm like, I don't know. I never got into
like,
that one. But...
Like that's the hardest one for me to watch right now, because like I've watched like all Star Trek. At least the TOS is pretty like a fun ride. Yeah, there's more bad than good. Next Gen, I remember it took me a minute to get into it, but by the time the board come along, like I like when that episode, like I am fully in. Deep Space Nine, and again, I came in late to the franchise. I came in with the J.J. Abrams Star Trek, and then everyone's like, "Watch these." I'm like, "This is freaking awesome! This is way better than than the Kelvin timeline." Deep Space Nine for me, it picks up pretty fast. It picks up pretty fast. I get hooked in pretty fast. When Worf comes in, it just gets better. Voyager, I'm stuck in season 2 because I was just like, I'm like, I feel like lost in space with Star Trek. And I'm like, I don't want to see this in Star Trek.
Enterprise.
I didn't see Enterprise.
Yeah, I didn't see Enterprise.
I stopped watching Discovery because I'm like, I didn't like where I'm like, I'm not a fan of it. It wasn't for me. I'm loving Strange New Worlds.
And Lower Decks. I think Lower Decks is really funny.
I love it so much. It's sometimes I think it's like, this is too infantile.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, you know what's really funny? The crossover they did with Strange New Worlds was really funny, really good.
I haven't gotten to Strange New Worlds yet, so I'm like,
I think you'll enjoy it. It's episodic. It's classic Star Trek. Like Monster of the Day or Mystery of the Day. This one was really fun. And that episode for me, just like, oh my god, I've watched that episode 5 times already because I really like. I'm like, I don't do that usually with Star Trek. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll move on. That one was really fun because I really enjoy Lower Decks.
I didn't know that you got into Star Trek so late.
You didn't know that? I thought we talked about that. Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
2009. I got to Star Trek 2000 because I remember. I don't know what, but I remember this vividly. Whenever Next Gen was on, I went to. It was still during the Next Gen era. I was first, second grade, and I'm walking through we're going through the grocery store at Safeway, and I'm like, "What is that? Star Trek? Oh, that's for nerds." Like it was the Next Gen cover, TV guide cover. And I'm like, oh, "That's for nerds." No, and I was just like, and so I'm like, "Nah." But when the movie came out, I'm like, "Okay, let me give it a chance." I'm like, "This is really yeah." I started because of J.J. Abrams, 2009. But I went back and I'm like, dude, this is really good.
No, when I was little, like in child, like 4 or 5, my dad would watch the reruns, I think, in the afternoon. So I get home from school and I could watch Next Gen reruns. And I remember like when OJ was driving on the freeway being really upset because they bumped my Star Trek rerun to stream OJ driving, like fleeing the police and being really mad about it.
Oh my
I have
God.
no idea I was watching history.
That is funny. I remember, I didn't see it live, but I remember seeing it on, so my mom always watched Spanish. My mom was like Spanish at home. So we was in the news, that's why I'm Spanish. I'm like, who is this guy? I don't care. Like, I just remember being like, I'm tired of seeing this white truck. Final comments, final thoughts.
I think we covered it. As I said, it's a great callback to the, next gen, and I hope they do more. Like maybe not Picard, but like someone else's story.
Yeah, I would like to see this more. Like I want to see what's up with Cisco, what's up with the other, what's up with Captain Sulu. What's he up to?
Yeah. Though they did, I also want to say they left this open for like a spin-off series with Picard's son.
I got that, and I'm like, okay, I'd be cool, but I'm like, I don't know you. I don't want to follow your adventures.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Yeah. Like I said, I think season one is the weakest of them all. I'm like what? Season two is okay. Season three is the best season. Season three, it felt like they were holding it back. We have to hold back for this season. We have to world build again. And I'm like, it was like, what? Like, we know this. We know the people who are here watching it are, but again, yeah, they was just like, that was good on their part for being like, we have to world build, we have to.
Yeah, they had to earn it.
Yeah, and they earned it. So I guess for Star Trek fans, yeah, it's the first two seasons are not the best, but season three is. If you're a Star Trek fan, season three is all for you. Sarah, it's time for you to ask your question.
What?
Your question.
My question?
Yeah.
Oh, what are you watching right now?
All right, what am I watching right now? I just finished watching, I think I said the last episode we did, Strange New Worlds. What I'm watching right now, what am I watching right now? I am watching reruns, not really reruns. I'm watching Boy Meets World on Disney Plus.
Oh my gosh, call back.
See, that's 90s kids.
Uh-huh.
What about you, Sarah? What are you watching?
So, because I am super behind, me and my husband just started The Last of Us. So we're halfway through episode 2, and it is, I mean, of course, everyone knows it's like really good. So I'm excited to see where it goes. I haven't played the game, so I'm watching it as like with no knowledge, really. So it's been, as I said, really good so far.
So funny to that, because again, I never played the games, but I watched it like a week behind, and I finally caught up before. I'm like, this is a really good show. So when you're done, girlfriend, we have to talk.
Okay.
I don't know why I did it like that, but okay.
I had a lot of sass. But yeah, it might take me 6 months to get. No, I'm just kidding. It might take me a little bit, because I think we're watching it in like 15 to 30 minute segments.
No, I understand that.
Yeah, I felt like a bad mom the other day. Like in episode 1, there's some violence, like really graphic violence, and I'm like shielding my 1-year-old's eyes. I'm like, no, don't watch this. Yeah, we'll see how long it takes us to get through it.
Yeah, no, it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm like, it's been. I don't like being an adult, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you same fracking time, same fracking channel. As Picard would say, engage.